Hey everyone, welcome back. Don here. I'm going to do some basic snowblower maintenance and maybe change the tube in that wheel. See if we can't get that tire to hold some air for a change. Stick around. So since we've got to remove the wheel, I've got to tip this unit up, and so we don't leak fuel all over the place, I'm going to put a piece of plastic under the cap. Because the cap is vented, and if you tip it up and there's too much fuel in the tank, it'll leak. So let's go ahead and do that. So here we go, we'll flip this up. I don't think we're leaking. Good deal. We'll go ahead and take that wheel off. I think before we take the wheel off, we'll go ahead and take the chain off where it'd be easier to deal with right now. Let's see if this comes off easy or not. Looks like it's going to. There we go. There it is. Let's tear into this thing, see if we can't get the tube inside it. If there isn't already one in there, we've got to take out. So we'll start by taking the stem out. I've got this little tool here that is made just for that. Shouldn't be any air in there, but is the inside of the valve stem. Let's see if we can't break the bead. It's not going to be easy. Pretty dry rotted, that's for sure. But since it's only a snowblower, I'm not too concerned with getting a blowout in terms of safety. I think this thing holds 8 psi, if that. Gotta get that out of there. So here's the new one. Fresh off the shelf from Tractor Supply. Should fit. Put the stem in. Now I'll tuck the whole thing into the tire. And we don't want to pinch the tube. I think the wider the tire is, the easier this is. And this tire isn't very wide. There it is. Puts us at about 10. Probably a little too much, but we'll start there, see where we end up. Put the cap on it, clean it up, and we'll put it back on the machine. Just got a little simple green here, something much more aggressive, but this will probably work okay. Okay, we'll put the wheel back on. Put a little anti-seize on the lugs before I put them on. I'm using Permatex. You can see I've had this a while. Just putting a little on the threads here. Don't really have to go all the way around. I think when you twist it in, the product will wrap around the threads as you go. Of course, be careful to get this stuff all over everywhere. You get it on your hands and then you touch everything and it seems to stick to everything. All right, so we're back. It's the next day. Ran out of time yesterday. I'm going to change the oil in this snowblower, even though it doesn't have a proper crankcase drain. And I'll show you what I mean. This is what I have to deal with on this snowblower. When I change the oil, the drain or the crankcase plug is right here. There's one just like it on the other side in the exact same position, just opposite side. And there's no way you can drain the oil out of there. I mean, you could remove this plug and let the oil run all over everywhere, but I don't do that. The way that I replace the oil in this snowblower is not to use this drain plug, but to tip it up and let the oil drain out the dipstick tube. I'm just using 1030, nothing fancy. Just got to be careful not to overfill it. This isn't going to take very much. Just put a little in, check it, put a little more in, check it. That way I don't have to dump any out. If I go too far, I'll have to dump some, so hopefully I won't overdo it. Zerk fitting here, one underneath here, one underneath here. I can get to them without spinning the auger freely, so I'll go ahead and do that. Now you can see the grease coming out here, and so it's traveled over. You can see it coming out at the shear pin, so it's traveled over that way. So this didn't probably need much. Not a bad idea to put a little fresh in, though. And there we go. So I've got another squirt coming out over by the bearing on this side. We'll go over here now. That's it. You can see it coming out at the bottom of the shear pin. I don't know if that's on camera or not, but refill this with fresh. You take this plug out, tip it up, let it drain. With the plug out, you fill it up until it starts dripping out the hole. Kind of the same thing you'd fill up, you know, the rear axle in an old car, right? Kind of the same concept. There's no dipstick. It's just, you know, you basically fill it up to the bottom of the bolt hole. And it's that simple. And that's it. Can't forget to take my plastic cover off. I guess it did its job. Well, there you have it. A little bit of maintenance on an old snowblower. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.